All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our TensorFlow course, and we're still doing our human emotions detection module. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Now, yesterday, if you recall, we were tidying up our code and getting everything situated inside the data modeling and training. We actually finished that up this morning. Let me get and click on it for you. The last thing we did here was we actually added back the last batch that we left out running our program. So I'll show you the steps how we did to take that. We concatenated this right here, the old version and the new version. See how we concatenated, and this version here says that we want to print everything up until the last batch, but leave the last batch out, and then we concatenated that with we want to just the last batch. So that's how we got the last batch back in for both our predicted in our labels, or our predicted in our actual, and then we actually assign those to prediction or pred and lab. So this is the predicted and this is the actual. We're just calling it lab. So we assign those values to these right here. Now some other things also that was going on that we both didn't catch. Well, I caught it. I just went along with it because it's the instructor, so I figured he knew what he was doing. But let me show you. We did have an error running our code that was making our code run extremely well out of the blue for some reason. It never runs this well this early, but it was running extremely well on the first try without having to train it as much. Let me show you what the error was that we both were running with. If I can see, remember where it was. I know it's got to be here somewhere. Okay, it should be. No, not this. Who is it? Hold on one second. Maybe I should have found it before I actually started the video. Okay, here. So you see how we have the trained data set equals trained data set? For the validations data set, we had trained data set also. So it's supposed to be validation data set equals validation data set, but we had trained data set instead. Let me see if I can find an older version that still has it, because I didn't change all of them. I just changed the one that we used. I have to change all of them. I just didn't get to it yet. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see, because everything's built off on top of each other. Like I said, one module is built off on top of another. Here it is right here. So you see, we have the trained data set equals trained data set. Then we have validation equals trained data set. This should actually be validation data set. So because we had trained data set for this location here, it was actually showing us that we had a really good training model right off the back without having to do much training. As you saw, we were coming back with like almost 100% accuracy. I think we were getting about two or three wrong at a time. That's it, and that's really rare for the first time around when things weren't actually. And I probably don't even have initialize in this module here. I think it's still val in this module. So yeah, that's why it's good to go over your data and actually make sure things are the way they're supposed to be moving forward, so you can actually build off properly and get to where you need to be getting to. So we have it fixed here, and this is the new module that we actually are going to be starting today. It's called the data augmentation. So in this section, we'll be going over the concepts and understanding of data augmentation. As you can see, this is all of the data we have built so far up until this point. We have all of our imports, and then we have all of our code here. You can see it's a lot of code. It doesn't look like a lot of code when we're taking notes in between. So every time I move forward, what I do is I delete all of the code, or I delete all of the notes from the previous module and just start fresh with the code, so you can see exactly how much we've done. So you can see we did write a lot of code. This is everything we have so far, and this is going to be for the new module of data augmentation. So yeah. So initially, this is what it looked like here before I brought everything over. You can see all of the green here, all our notes. So what I do is I just bring over all of the code and I delete all of the notes from this module, and we start fresh. And I would just keep doing the same thing over and over. So that's what we've been doing this morning, making sure our code is up to par and everything is running well. And as you can see here, this is our confusion matrix. And you remember our confusion matrix, all of the numbers diagonally were the highest numbers because our model's training really well and was predicting almost at a 80-90% accuracy rate. But now it's a lot different today. As you can see, the numbers are scattered a little bit more, and it still has to go through a lot of training before it can get to that good accuracy rate. Yeah, so that's all that means. But of course, we're going to keep moving forward, and I will keep you posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.